Love, your grace, conquers all.
I believe that remains to be seen.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most romantic Bridgerton moments.
All along, we simply enjoyed each other's company so much we could not stay away from one another.
One finds oneself in such an incredible position and, well, one should declare it.
It is you I cannot sacrifice. I burn for you.
For this list, we'll be looking at the moments from Bridgerton's first season that made us swoon, sigh, and fall completely in love. Sorry to disappoint, but we won't be covering some of the more not safe for work scenes in this video. A spoiler warning is also in effect. Which romantic Bridgerton moment made you go weak at the knees? Tell us about it in the comments. Number 10. Simon educates Daphne. Sex ed for Regency ladies left a lot to be desired.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the absurdity of how little mothers tell their daughters.
You tell us nothing.
When a conversation between Simon and Daphne steers into decidedly unladylike territory, Simon is initially reluctant to fill in the gaps. Daphne is insistent, though. We can't blame her for wanting to know more. And apparently, Simon can't either.
It is a natural continuation of what happens at night.
At night? What happens at night?
When you are alone.
When I am sleeping.
Not when you are sleeping.
Seeing his hint has caused confusion, Simon urges Daphne to experiment on her own.
When you find a feeling you particularly enjoy, you can carry on with that.
Between the smoldering eye contact and the forbidden subject matter, this moment is unmistakably hot. However, it offers us a glimpse of more. In his openness to helping her, we see Simon's genuine respect for Daphne's experience as a human being. It's a modern aspect of romance that we were happy to see included. Number 9. Antony returns to Sienna. Antony and Sienna's passion for each other is one of the first plot points established on Bridgerton. Their different social statuses soon separate them, however, as Antony is encouraged to prioritize his duty to his family.
Are you to return to your bachelor lodgings across the square, or will you pay a visit to a certain soprano that you tend to in an apartment that you pay for on the other side of town, relying on your younger brothers to one day do the job that you cannot?
Of course, feelings can't be turned off that easily. When Antony challenges Simon on behalf of his sister's honor, his heart takes him running right back to Sienna.
We cannot be together. I know that now. This world shall not permit it. But what if we were to find ourselves in another situation? In a place where you and I might be accepted, with none of the shame nor recriminations that this society grants us. Would you have me then?
Facing the reality of what the next morning could mean for his life, he makes her an impulsive proposal.
If I live to see sunrise, I am free. I'm free of society, free of these rules, the very ones that keep us apart. We could go together, away from all this, Sienna.
In that moment, even pragmatic Sienna can't deny her love for Antony. Though we know that they're probably both destined for heartbreak, in that instant it's easy to get swept up, just as Antony and Sienna do. Number 8. The beginning. In one of many parallels to the works of Jane Austen, Daphne and Simon's first meeting sends sparks flying in vexation more than attraction.
If you desire an introduction, madam, I do believe accosting me to be the least civilized of ways.
Accosting you?
Surely they will try anything.
Sir, that is not... This is not... What is your name?
That changes once they have a common goal. Both hounded by the writings of Lady Whistledown, the pair decides to solve their separate problems by forming a very public and very false attachment.
You presume Lady Whistledown?
I presume she will deem us to be precisely what we are. Me, unavailable. You, desirable.
The arrangement might be fake, but as we soon see, the chemistry between them is anything but.
Here. Closer. If this is to work, we must appear madly in love.
It will take Daphne and Simon a while to realize that they're destined to be more than partners in their plot. However, to everyone else watching, it couldn't be more clear that what these two already have is nothing short of fireworks. Number 7. Penelope and Colin. Penelope Featherington joins the grand tradition of girls who just adore the boy next door. It's obvious from the very beginning that she's completely smitten with Colin Bridgerton. Unfortunately, Colin spends most of the season with eyes only for her cousin Marina, but the two do still get some heartwarming moments for themselves. In the first episode, we understand exactly why Penelope is crushing on Colin when he gallantly shows up the society mean girls on her behalf.
I'm afraid I cannot offer you that dance, Miss Cowper. I am to escort Miss Featherington to the floor.
Throughout the season, he also appreciates her compassion and unexpectedly savage wit.
But do you not think the boy bears a passing resemblance to Lady Trowbridge's footman?
Penelope. What a barb.
However, it's not until the finale when he really seems to see his old friend in a new light. We have high hopes for more adorable interactions from this pair in the future.
You really believe yourself in love. One should never apologize for that. One finds oneself in such an incredible position and, well, one should declare it. Assuredly, fervently, loudly.
Number 6. Call Me By My Name. Simon and Daphne might be on the same team, but they are not initially on the same page. After some early bumps in their fake relationship, Daphne lays her cards on the table.
This is about a life, Your Grace. My life. I must finally take charge of it. I cannot afford to do otherwise. So I shall not have this go wrong.
This kind of blunt honesty does not come up much in Regency ballrooms. Going with the new theme of transparency, Simon decides that they might as well drop all the social formality between them.
If we are truly to seem to be courting, if this is to be a match like no other, then you should call me by my name.
The newfound familiarity is amusing to Daphne at first, until Simon uses her own name in return.
Which is perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. Very well, Daphne.
The impact of this intimacy is immediately apparent in the change of mood between the two, especially as we see a token act of physical intimacy as well. Though the ruse goes on, something has obviously taken root between them. Number 5. The First Kiss. It may have only taken 4 episodes, but by the time Simon and Daphne finally kissed, we felt like we were dying with anticipation. In an attempt to avoid the increasingly potent emotions between him and Daphne, Simon decides to leave London.
Love, Your Grace, conquers all.
I believe that remains to be seen.
He finds he can't go without one last goodbye, though. Hurt by his emotional whiplash, Daphne does not receive him warmly.
I shall not be led once more by you from this direction to that. You are my friend, you are not my friend, you are a rake, you are not a rake, you are sorry.
I am sorry.
That is very well.
The conversation quickly turns into an argument leading to a chase through the gardens, where anger gives way to other passions.
Listen!
By this point, we were already well aware that Simon and Daphne were incapable of staying apart, but seeing them throw all caution out the window and give in to each other was an epic moment of romantic fantasy. Number 4. A Stolen Touch. Sometimes the most significant moments are the most subtle. Bridgerton takes pleasure in reminding us of that fact in a scene that brings to mind Pride and Prejudice. With their ruse going exactly according to plan, Daphne and Simon are pleased with themselves when they meet at a society art exhibition.
We are awfully clever.
Indeed we are.
Excessive pride suits you, Miss Bridgerton.
Pride is a sin, Your Grace.
One of the lesser sins, but do not worry. We must all start somewhere.
Their flirtatious banter gradually takes a turn, though. As they contemplate a painting, Daphne seems to recognize an emotional quality in the work, one that clearly speaks to Simon as well.
If I could be the only person left in the world, and yet somehow I am not lonely. I am comforted, at peace.
Watching their hands reach for each other almost as if they're magnetically drawn, we realize that their connection is already deeper than just physical chemistry. It's an all too brief moment that tells us everything about their true feelings. Number 3. I Burn For You. The allure between Simon and Daphne is almost unbearably powerful. Despite this, their wedding night gets off to an awkward start when Simon makes it clear he plans to sleep in a separate room.
I understand that you do not wish to see me. that you would prefer to stay in your separate room and endure a wordless dinner together on our wedding night. But
That is not what I would prefer.
Though the audience knows about his previous vow never to marry, it's a surprise to everyone when Daphne confronts him and the real reason for his behavior is made clear.
I'm not angry.
You look angry and bothered. Look at you, you're downright flushed.
Yes, that is what happens.
When one is angry.
When one burns for someone who does not feel the same.
Given the events that have led up to this moment, it's amazing to think Simon could believe Daphne does not want him. She doesn't hesitate to set the record straight, though.
It is you I cannot sacrifice. I burn for you.
While the bedroom scene that follows is on fire, seeing this couple's earnest love confessed freely is what gets our hearts racing. Number 2, the royal audience. Simon tried and tried, but in the end he couldn't escape his love for Daphne. He may not have been pleased to marry her, but if there were any doubts left about the sincerity of his feelings, he removes them all when the couple requires the Queen's help for their expedited wedding.
So romance was entirely out of the question for both of us. But in so removing it, we found something far greater. We found friendship.
In confessing the truth about their ruse, Simon finally opens his heart. Namely, he reveals what was so strongly implied previously.
We have fooled them into thinking we are courting. And really, all along, we simply enjoyed each other's company so much we could not stay away from one another.
To hear Simon describe how he fell in love with Daphne for her personality is almost more effective than their many sexually charged physical scenes.
To meet a beautiful woman is one thing, but to meet your best friend and the most beautiful of women is something entirely apart.
We get a couple who like each other as much as they want each other. It's an expression of what lasting love is really built on. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a couple of honorable mentions. A dreamy dance. With dreams like this, don't bother waking us. TLC. Even at their lowest, Simon and Daphne still care deeply. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Hastings Ball. The course of true love never did run smooth, but Daphne, for one, is not easily scared.
I love all of you. Even the parts that you believe are too dark and too shameful. Every scar, every flaw, every imperfection. I love you.
Though the pair started their London ball poised to walk away from each other forever, time slows during what is meant to be their last dance. As the unexpected rain drives their guests away, Daphne goes right to the crux of all of Simon's insecurities.
Just because something is not perfect does not make it any less worthy of love.
Her heartfelt speech isn't demanding or grandiose, just a simple statement of genuine love. It seems to finally convince Simon he is worthy of the happiness he has denied himself. By the time they fully reconcile, he understands that life may never be simple, but it will always be better with his true love and best friend.
You stay, and we get through this together. If you do this, if we do this, then
nothing else will matter.
Now that is worth swooning for. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.